I heard the following incredible two-part story from an aunt of mine who was present at both parts. She was visiting her mother in the hospital. Her mother had just had a baby. It was her 7th. And everybody was so excited. And in those days, you didn't stay in the hospital postpartum for 1 or 2 days, but rather for 1 or 2 weeks. So you would receive many visitors and well-wishers, and everybody was so excited, and everybody wanted to hold this little baby. And suddenly, in walks Ida. Ida was a childhood friend of my grandmother. And Ida wanted to see how her friend was. But as opposed to everybody else who was so excited about this new baby, Ida was horrified. "Edith," she tells her, "what are you doing? Edith, you used to be so pretty. Why are you having these babies? Edith, please think about yourself." And my grandmother just smiled benevolently at her thoroughly indoctrinated friend and responded, "Ida, I would gladly take a dozen." Poor Ida. She didn't know what to do with this. She was just feeling so terribly sad for her friend Edith. Fast forward more than 50 years later, and my grandmother, who at that time was, and her, a grandmother and a great-grandmother to hundreds of grandchildren and great-grandchildren, asked this aunt if she can drive her perhaps to a nursing home. She'd like to visit her old friend, Ida. They walked into the room. Ida is laying there, and once again, Ida was despondent. But this time, it was over her own plight. "Edith," she tells her, "it's so pathetic. My son Eddie, he lives in California. He's a doctor. He can never take off. He comes to visit me once, maybe twice a year. My daughter Beth, she lives closer, but she's a professional too, and she doesn't have time. She comes maybe once a week. My 2 grandkids, they call, but they never come and visit. It's just nobody cares about me. And look at you. You have married children who have time to drive you around." What are we doing here on this earth? Why are we here? The Torah tells us, Adam la'amal yulad. A person was placed on this earth, la'amal, to work, to toil. Toil means there's going to be discomfort. That's a given. That's a fact. Everybody has that in their life. The question is, will there be accomplishment at the end? And that's a choice we have to make. Imagine you're going on a vacation for 3 months. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting, but you have a limited budget. So you have a choice to make. You can either fly first class. Oh, geschmack. Lie flat seats. You get a glass of wine. If they're nice, maybe they'll take your jacket and hang it up for you. There's plenty of space. Nobody's going to elbow you. It's all good. Problem is, for 3 months after that, you're going to be sleeping, if you're lucky, in Motel 6, maybe in Motel 3, and maybe even only in Motel 1.5, where you'll have plenty of company in your bed called bedbugs. Or you can decide instead that you will fly economy. Now, economy means you might have your neighbor's elbows planted in your ribs. You're probably only getting peanuts and maybe a Diet Coke. You might have to pay for that. But for 3 months, you will sleep comfortably in a nice, reasonable hotel. Anu amelim v'heim amelim. All of us work. We toil and there's discomfort. The question is, will there be accomplishment at the end? Will there be a payoff? Anu amelim u'mekablim schar bein ba'olam haba bein ba'olam hazeh.